The opinions expressed on this program is not necessarily those of the Emily Pearl Show, its sister stations, its affiliates, or its sponsors, but it is those of the individuals themselves who express it. While the Emily Pearl Show does take stances on individual issues, the show itself remains an entertainment platform. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy.
It's the 901 show. 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot mic. The 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. The 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot mic. The 901 show. Hot mic. The 901 show. Hot mic. It's the 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot mic. The 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show.
Well, hello, everybody. Y'all are seeing a black screen because I am working on my camera. So I'm not going to let y'all make y'all stare at the black screen. Let me go ahead and bring in my co-hosts so they can do the intro, say hello to y'all and begin the show intro before we bring our special guest in, okay? Tim, Sybil, hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing great, and we miss your pretty face, but I understand there's technical difficulties sometimes, so the show will go on.
With my camera, I don't know what's wrong with it. See,
happy we can hear you, your pretty voice anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to keep tinkering with this camera. I should get it on at some point during the show.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my computer is just getting old. It's a Dell, and I think I've had it. When was that, Sybil? You was with me when I got this computer. Probably about 8 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while, but I mean, it's a great computer. Let me turn my sound off on my phone. But you know, it probably needs a tune-up like the cars do.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I don't have to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Can y'all say hello to the audience for me?
Oh, hey, audience, how everybody doing?
Hi.
That's how y'all gotta say. Look, y'all gotta know how to cover for me when I'm not here.
Well, of course. I want to say hello to the whole world, and we have a special guest tonight. I'm going to bring her in after I make a special announcement on Priscilla Presley, and
Okay.
you'll find out who she is whenever I announce her. So y'all stay tuned. You're going to be really pleasantly surprised at our guest.
All right. All right. Oh, hi, Mary. Glad you're here. Hopefully, everybody else will be making their way in shortly.
Hey, Mary. And of course, we're going to miss Emily's pretty face. And
Yeah, yeah.
for those
Hopefully,
that tune in,
she.
we have a little camera difficulty on her end,
Yeah, it keeps.
but we have her pretty
Oh,
voice
she's
though.
there. Hi.
Hi
Oh, now we
there.
see her.
Yeah, I'm
You
trying to
can't
get.
keep the pearl down.
Yeah, I'm still working with it. I can't get the mic going, so I'm gonna keep the headphone off.
Okay.
But
We can
I'm
hear
going
you
to.
though.
Yeah, as long as you guys can hear me.
We can see you.
Yeah, that's on my integrated camera. So let
Okay.
me go in here and make some changes because something is not right.
Well, you
But
look good to
anyways, what
us.
you guys been up to?
Oh, I've
Well,
been busy running around.
Okay, Sybil, that's all weekend long.
Huh?
All weekend long.
On week.
All the whole
Oh,
weekend.
always busy doing something. And Tuesday I'll be filming a new movie with Trish, and Richard Self has a part in it as well. So all three of us has a wonderful scene coming up in a new movie. I'll tell y'all later about how that goes.
all
Just
right.
been busy,
To the screen.
staying cool.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
there
yeah.
I am. I
Well,
told
Emily,
you.
your lipstick looks pretty.
Thank you. I told you I was gonna keep fumbling with this doggone camera thing so I could get it working. I
That's,
don't know why it's not working. That's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
well, we
crazy.
see you. Well, don't that, would that be okay tonight? We see you, and we hear you,
So,
and you can hear us. You look pretty.
yeah, I can. I'm with my shiny face. So
You good. You good.
all right
Yeah,
then.
just be happy with what you look okay. There's no sense trying to work on it right now. You look
Yeah,
fine to us.
I'm gonna see if I can restore the defaults. It's just crazy. But anyway, hello, hello again. Yeah, I mean, everybody left when they couldn't see me. Y'all come on back. Y'all can see me.
Yeah, come on back in.
Back in.
And
We're
and
back
while
up.
you're back in, just so y'all don't leave us, our special guest is Dr. Carlita Atwater. So y'all just stay tuned.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna keep sharing here. And Sybil, I'm gonna bring her in now. We'd like to welcome her to the studio
Okay.
and to
Yeah,
the
sure will.
901 show live. And Sybil, you will do the introduction. Hello, Dr. Atwater.
Well, hi
Hello, good
there.
evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm blessed, thank you.
Oh, it's great to see you. We all are, regardless as to the little bumps and potholes that come in our life. It's still a blessing to be here, isn't it?
It is.
Indeed, indeed. So, tell us a little bit more about this lovely lady.
All right. Well, our special guest tonight on the 901 show is Dr. Carlita Atwater, and she is running for governor in the state of Tennessee. Wow, how about that?
All
And
right.
she's
All
the
right.
first African American to ever run for the governor of the state of Tennessee. So, Dr. Carlita Atwater, welcome to the 901 show.
Welcome.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
welcome.
Thank
Yes,
you, Miss.
And
and
before,
let me make my
huh?
correction. It's Carnita, isn't it?
Yes, Cardinal.
Carnita, that's what I
I,
said.
I know you did, but I didn't. I'm correcting myself
Oh,
and,
I see.
apologizing to our guests.
Oh, all right.
I said
Carnita is a
Carlita.
very pretty name.
Yeah, but I
It
think I
is.
said Carlita. That is
Uh huh.
Carnita
That's
Right.
correct.
with the N. Yeah,
Uh,
I had to correct that when I made the post. I don't know why I want to call you Carlita.
Okay.
Well, that's a pretty name too. Yeah, Carnita's a beautiful name. It's almost
It
Spanish
is.
like.
It's
It is a
unusual.
Spanish name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I think that's probably why I kept saying Carlita, because Carlita is Spanish too.
It is.
Yeah. So, but yes, beautiful name.
Thank
Continue, Sybil. I'm sorry.
Okay, I know you have a whole lot to say, but you're going to have to tell us about the mule train coming up here.
Okay. Well, being that I am the first African American woman to run for the governor of the state of Tennessee, we decided on the 23rd, that Saturday coming up, that we were going to do a mule train from New Chicago to Daywell Community Center. And so I'll be walking with my donkey, Sweet Justice. We will be walking, and then the trucks and cars and motorcycles will be following us in a caravan. And historically, the mule train was a movement from Marks, Mississippi, and they drove mules and a stagecoach and all that to Washington D.C. And that was the start of the poor people's movement campaign. So we wanted to do that to be historical, and some people have waited to vote for me for this day. So they'll be going up there with me. So we're excited about that.
Now, where's it going to be again?
It will start at 1036 Firestone, the New Chicago CDC, and that's where my museum is at, the Cucamonga African American History Museum. So we'll be starting there. Line up is at 10 o'clock, and then we will be going a little ways down Firestone, make a left on Moorhead Street, and go to Chelsea. When you get to Chelsea, make a right, and Daywell Community Center is to the left.
All right.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. And tell us a little bit about the museum.
Okay, the museum, I have been collecting over 30 years, this museum, and I donated the artifacts to the New Chicago CDC because I grew up in New Chicago, and I wanted to start a African American History Museum. This neighborhood is a poverty-stricken community, which I feed almost 10,000 individuals a year. I donate 5,000 book bags and school supplies, 5,000 coats and hats and gloves each year, and I also purchase 200 air conditioning and heaters every year for the senior citizens. And I do create 100 jobs per year for ex-felons and gang members and teenagers. So I am closely connected to that community. So that's why I want to do it in New Chicago.
Outstanding.
That's one. I have been to your museum. It's a wonderful museum.
Yes,
What is actually in there?
we have 20 different museums. And so we have artifacts dating back to the 17th century.
What?
We have, yes, it's
I have to
matter of
come
fact,
see that.
yeah, it's more historical than the museum up in Washington, D.C. Matter of fact, they courted me for 10 years trying to get artifacts for free. But we have the Buffalo Soldier Museum, Tuskegee Airmen Museum, the Black Holocaust Museum, the Blues Museum, the Negro Spiritual Museum, the Cotton Jubilee Museum. We have 20 museums in this facility.
Okay, now give me the address of the facility. Let me type it in and give it to me slowly, and the name.
1036 Firestone Avenue.
Wait a minute, what's the name of it first?
The Cucamonga, Kukutana.
All together?
Yes. And the Swahili word, it means to meet one another in Swahili.
Okay.
So it's
Yes.
Kukutana,
Uh-huh.
African American History and Culture Museum. The Cucamonga
History
African
and culture.
and Cultural Museum.
Cultural or just cultural?
Cultural.
Cultural
AL.
with AL?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Get my caps back on. Museum.
Is there like an admission price?
Hey, wait, Sybil, and the address?
address
Pardon
is-
me.
1036 Firestone Avenue,
Okay. Get my
Memphis,
caps
Tennessee.
back on. Firestone Oops.
Avenue.
I've been down Firestone Avenue before, but I never noticed the museum. I don't really travel
Now
that
that
north too much anyway. And contact phone number for the museum.
901
Mm-hmm.
502 two
Uh-huh.
three two six. Now,
Two
at this
three
point,
two six.
2326. At this point, the museum is not open due to my gubernatorial candidates.
I understand, but
I'm
I'm just putting
moving.
in. But they can still call you for information, right?
Yes. And I
Okay,
may
so
not answer the phone because we're focused on this campaign right now. So anytime after August, I will answer the phone, I think.
Right.
But,
all right. Well,
if
that'll be
I'm
the time I can come out because it'll be cooler.
right. Yeah. But if I
Hmm.
win this nominee, then it will
What
be
you gonna
after
do?
November.
You can't keep the museum closed.
The museum been closed almost a year now due to the pandemic.
That's true.
Also, too, but we also have special events in the museum also,
Oh, okay.
and we're keeping it open. We're keeping it closed right now. I'm running for governor, so it's a safety issue there. So we also decided to keep the museum
Okay.
closed.
Yes.
Never know when someone is going to send someone your way.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
Go ahead, Sybil, now with your question. I just
Oh,
had to get
okay.
that
Uh,
information.
well, you answer that question once it gets open, and people can just call and find out about the admission prices and that type of thing, and how they can host their special event later on after the election. So
I gotta
what?
interrupt you. I gotta interrupt you one more time. We have two comments from two viewers, and they're not in the comment column, so I can't put it on the screen. Excuse excuse me. Mary says, "Wow, awesome! The way you give back to the community." And Ernestine says, "That is so beautiful for the community. What a blessing you are."
Thank
Well,
you.
all
That
right.
warms my
You,
heart. Thank you.
you'll
Uh,
be able to see the comments on the actual Facebook feed when you do the replay back. For those that
okay.
are not in here in our comment column in the studio.
I am certainly appreciative of those comments. Um, I believe in that you should be your brothers and sisters keeper. So all my life, my mother and father and grandmother and grandfather, they planted that seed of humanity in my spirit. And so
Hmm.
I don't know no other way to be. Even with our banquet hall, we have a beautiful banquet hall inside
Oh,
of the museum. So I
wow.
often let people have free events there so that they
Wow.
community outreach. And I'm talking about beautiful Miss Emily. It
It
looks like
is. It is.
you would be in the Kosh Mahal. It's so pretty as far as I'm concerned. But I'm
I
biased.
bet it is. I cannot wait to see it. Mary
Yeah.
says, "Congratulations on running for the governor." And Ernestine said, "You are so welcome."
Thank you.
All
I
right.
This journey, and I'll do is introduce myself first. Most people do not know much of me. I am a private person, and believe it or not, when I was growing up, I was a shy person. But God just have a
Hmm.
way of ordering your step. And so
Yes.
when it's something important, speaking truth to power, then I can speak up. But I
Mm-hmm.
can be in a group of people and you won't even know I'm in the room. But
Mm-hmm.
when you start talking about injustice and homeless people and uh, dealing with underserved and marginalized community, you have some problems out of me then. I can speak up. But I would first like to take the opportunity to let your audience know a little bit about me. Uh, I I'm a native of Clarksdale, Mississippi. I moved here to Memphis, Tennessee at the age of 12. So that was kind of a change. I grew up on a farm. That's why I own horses and donkeys and goats and llamas. I had a wallaby, a kangaroo, but she died last year. So I love animals. And I kind of remind people of the Beverly Hills Billy, and you had Ellie Clampett. Well, I'm the black version of that. So, but I would like to tell your audience that I come with an extensive life experience. I have worked in the capacity of Dean of Medical Studies, Academic Dean, Dean of Student Affairs, Adjunct Professor, Medical Director, Hospital Administrator, Director of Nursing, Nursing Home Administrator. I am a farmer by trade. I own a 100-acre farm in the city of Memphis, the only African American to own a farm with that acreage. But I lost that farm through USDA discriminatory action. And so therefore, I decided to run for the governor of the state of Tennessee to put people back. And I call myself the people's governor. And also, I'm a boots on the ground type person. I'm not interested in being the ineffective politician that we are experiencing today. I want to be different. My only, I think, I have my pros, but the cons that I have is that I'm not falling into the same type of politician most people are used to. So I don't know will they vote for me because I'm not going to be in any political clique in order to get a vote. And nor would I tell a lie to get your vote. So while I've been on the campaign, I've heard many fibs about what they're going to do and what they have done. Most people know me for being a servant leader of the community. And not only in Memphis, but I feed people across the state of Tennessee. I donate book bags and clothing and food to Atoka, Brighton, Milton,
Wow.
Brownsville, Nashville,
Sounds
Chattanooga.
like to me you're well known.
Yes. So, but what the media try to do is keep me in a box like I'm only known in Memphis, Tennessee. Ironically, running for as the first African American governor in the state of Tennessee been a daunting experience for me. And the reason I say this is because no one has done any personal interview on me. This would be a historical moment if you was in Georgia, California, New York. So sometimes people try to discourage you or discredit you or sabotage you where they don't do media coverage on you. So I am very elated today that you invited me to your show. Even my Democratic Party, and not to throw any assault on anyone, and we will address this after the election. But I have experienced some derogatory actions even in my own party.
Oh, yeah.
Being the African American woman running for the governor, and
anybody that's qualified has the right to run if they want to choose to run.
Yes.
What's wrong with them?
Right. Well, sometimes people, if they can control you, and it appears to me in our political arena, they really want people that is in their clique, who they know, go along to get along. And I'm not going because we play too much and we stay too long. And that's why we're in the state of emergency in the state of Tennessee today. So most people, it's not really pushing me because I'm speaking truth to power. And I know no other way. I didn't get into this race, but for one reason, and that's to put people back into politics. Other than that, I've had a lifelong experience of credentials and positions, and I'm not interested in that. I want to be the people's governor. So that's why I entered this race. Keep in mind, I put mine, I did my candidacy April the 3rd of last year. That's just a year ago. And no one recognized me the whole year. And I would say to you, even my Democratic Party, you have people that's in my party still has not acknowledged me running for the governor. But thank God for grace and mercy.
You know what? I tell people this all the time. Matter of fact, I just said it. I think it was on our Friday show. And this is the truth. It was the truth when Jesus was here, and it's the truth now. And that was when Jesus went to the place where he grew up, when his hometown. His people treated him so bad. and called him what was it, heretic, and all kinds of names, and almost just ran him out of town. But he just left after he saw how they were not receptive to him. But then he was loved and worshipped and beheld by everybody everywhere else except his home. And
Yes.
it's always been the truth. You will never get support from your home. And I know that because I've been in this entertainment business now for about 9 years. And I can count on both my hands our 10 strong supporters that we have. But we have a lot of fan supporters, you know. But I'm talking about the other people that's in the entertainment business as we are. It's
Right.
only about a handful.
Yeah.
And
But
we got a bucket of entertainers in Memphis.
yes. But
But we don't support each other.
yeah.
Like
But
we
it's
support ourselves.
funny. I have thick skin, and the Harriet Tubman and Ida B. Wells and Fannie Lou Hamer and um, uh, other Shirley Chisholm. Their
Yeah.
spirit
I
in me
remember
would never.
Shirley. Yeah.
Yes, they would never allow me to bow down to negativity.
That's
So,
right.
uh, for the one person that does not support me, I have 100 that does.
There you
God
go.
is good, and so God have ordered my step. I never wanted to be a politician. Of
Hmm.
all the things that I could ever dream of, it was never a politician. And so
Hmm.
God put it in my spirit last year. And
Hmm.
I was kind of rebellious. God, I know you're not calling me to be no politician. And so finally, I kind of relented a little bit and I just let that spirit guide me. And I love a song by is her name is Bonnie Ray. It's called Give Them Something to Talk About. That was my theme song. And
Okay.
so when I did my big
Oh,
political
yeah.
speech,
Let's give them something to
yes,
talk about.
yes. So
Yeah.
when I did
Country
that,
singer. Yeah. Country singer.
I love country music. I was the only the black girl in Mississippi and in college. I love country music. I love my blues.
We do too.
So
We do too on our show. All
Yeah,
of us
we
here.
do.
Yes, we
exactly.
do.
That's my
And I,
two favorite styles.
yeah, and actually, I was Tammy Wynette. I was her private nurse for 2 days when
Really?
she
Oh
was doing
wow,
a concert
I'm a
here,
big
and I went with
Tammy Wynette and George Jones fan.
yes, when she was doing a concert here, and I think she passed out or whatever. I don't know the particulars of it, but I remember the charge nurse at the time coming to get me, which I was always a loner, and she said, "Carnita, come here. We need for you to come and be with this person 24 hours. Don't let
Okay.
nobody know." So they pretty much locked me in the room, knowing that I didn't know anyone else at that point. And then
Right.
she said, "You don't know who I am?" I said,
Uh-oh.
"No, ma'am. I'm Tammy Wynette." And
Uh-oh.
I said, "I don't know." And she started singing a song about "Stand by Your Man."
And then you
Yeah,
knew.
that's her
I
big
knew who she
song.
was then, and I got
And then
all
you knew.
excited. So that's my little little incident of country
Oh,
music.
that's
And
my. You know, she was a beauty shop beautician down in Alabama before she got famous.
sure was.
Really?
And she
Did you
came.
ever meet her in Alabama? You're from Alabama?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
She
I
came
knew
to us.
about her once. I lived in Nashville and she became famous, and
Yes,
I did duets with George Jones. I love George Jones as well,
yeah, the two. Uh-huh. She
and
came to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. They had shipped out some soldiers. My ex husband was a colonel in the military, and so she was on the ticket to sing. And so I told my husband, I said, I know Tammy Wynette, and he said, right. So when I went there, I told the bodyguard, I said, look, tell Tammy Wynette that I was her nurse for 2 days, and she will remember me. And sure enough, she came and she took me behind the stage. My husband looking like,
oh
what in the
wow,
world? Just a
Uh-huh.
nobody trying to tell somebody about someone. So
All
Uh-huh.
right. All right.
wow!
That's
I
what I
like to
see.
see the look on his face.
oh yeah, he almost dropped dead. But I also, my father, when I was in Clarksdale, Mississippi, they would rent the Coliseum and
Mhm.
do blues concert. And I was a little
Okay.
bitty girl. I think that's why I fell in love with blues. But B.B. King, Bobby Blue Bland, all these people came to my home when I was growing up. Uh,
You like Riri, like Aretha Franklin. Have you
yes,
seen the movie Respect? How all the
yes,
singers and
I have.
entertainers used to be at Reverend Franklin's house.
Yes, and
At
Tina
their
Turner
house, yeah.
lived down the street from us in Clarksville, her and Ike. So, I was just blessed to be around so many people and to be so
Uh-huh.
humble today.
That's
I'm
right.
dear friends with Isaac Hayes. Matter of fact, I'm looking at his picture now, and
Uh-huh.
I march with and dear friends with Dr. Al Sharpton. So I know
Oh
a lot of
yeah.
people. But
Yeah,
what I
no
would like to
kidding.
do is take the time to. Most people want to know my political platform.
Yeah,
What
they
I
do.
try to do, because I come with a lot of experience, and they try to compare me with other gubernatorial candidates. And I would say, I'll be the first to say that we have three impeccable Democratic candidates. I can't take that away from them. And I hope whoever wins beat Bill Lee. And hopefully it's me. But if not me, if I do not win the nominee, then I'm getting behind whoever win 150%. Okay.
I
Now the other
understand.
two guys, they have did more running around than I have, but I just believe in my proven record and what I bring to the table. If people research, then they will see that I am the best qualified person for the job. Oh, I am so sorry. And so, uh, excuse me, I am sorry about that. I
No
should have.
problem.
Okay. And so, what's unique about me is that I am approaching the governorship from a holistic approach. And so,
Hmm.
therefore, what do I mean by that? We talk about crime, and crime is rampant in the city of Memphis.
Yes.
We had 350 people to get killed last year, with 18 being children. And I buried two of those young people.
My
Matter of fact,
goodness.
the last 10 years, I have buried like 10 people that I didn't know anything about,
My
didn't know them at
goodness.
all. And one blues thing I buried. But what we need to do, if we want to really be serious about crime, we need to have it from a holistic perspective or approach. And what I mean by that, not do the same thing we've been doing for the past 10 years,
Hmm.
bringing the same people to the table. So if you're going to really be serious and effective about crime in the city of Memphis and across the state of Tennessee, you must bring all to the table, all the
Hmm.
stakeholders. You must bring the youth, the teenagers, police officers, sheriff, DA, uh, pastors, community leaders, uh, community agencies, gang members, ex felons. You have to bring all these people to the table in order for you to get the holistic perspective of how they think. Uh,
Yes, and how to fix, because
yeah,
Yeah.
the wisdom can come out the mouth of a babe.
other phase. Exactly.
Hmm.
So until we change that mindset, because see, ex felons can tell you the ins and outs of crime.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I work with ex felons. I know gang members. I know what they call teenage thugs. They're not thugs to me because they grew up with as babies for me. So
Yeah,
sometimes it's the way you approach people. I can
that's
walk
right.
down the streets of New Chicago at 2 o'clock in the morning and no
Hmm.
one would hurt me. Okay,
That's a
because I
bless.
have that
That's a blessing.
connection with them, the boots
Uh-huh.
on the ground. So
Yeah,
it's going to take a governor with boots on the ground.
yeah.
How many have ever met your governor in the state of Tennessee? See,
Nobody.
right? Some don't even know his name. I want to be the governor with boots on the ground and go to every county, 95 counties in the state of Tennessee, so I
Hmm.
can bring them to the table.
Yeah.
Uh, no one would not have a seat at the table. Bring them to the table for one thing, the table of prosperity, because so many people have been left out.
That's right.
So uh, I want to go not only the elitist people, the middle class people, but I want to bring the homeless people to the table also too. I don't want to
Okay,
leave no
that's
one out.
right.
I want to bring the people that's on drugs to the table because they can explain to us how did they get there. See, we need to learn the underlying causes of things, not go behind like the average politician, go behind closed doors and then come back and tell us what we need. You need the people that's being affected at the table with you. When you do your budget, I talk about budgets are a moral document. When you do your budget, and your budget does not entail homeless people, single parents, uh, ex felons, youth that creating crime. If your budget does not entail that, then it's not benefiting all the people. So then
Mhm.
you have taxation without representation.
I always say that.
Yeah. Now
Yes.
I got a quick question, where more like a statement. I was a correction officer in Memphis, Tennessee, back in 2002. I did that for 3 years, and what I experienced and noticed about my city, that these were all repeat offenders. They were just going in, coming back out, going in, coming back out,
Revolving door.
revolving door. And that has to speak to the laws of our court system. The reason why I say that is because you take a place like Mississippi. Mississippi uh, rules and regulations are truly enforced.
Yeah.
There is no revolving door when it comes to that, and
Uh-uh.
they let that be known.
And
Soon as
it
you
has
cross over
always
state
been that
line,
way. You are right because yeah,
right?
it
So
always been that way.
a lot of it does fall on poverty, because you have the felons that not able to get jobs, so they go back to what they're used to, which is crime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it and it's just very disappointing with the politicians that's been around, because like you said, they are go along, get along, or they'll come out with yeah, this is what we're going to do when we get in the office, and time again the people have just
And
fell
then
off.
they don't do it. That's
Yeah,
Just come
yeah,
out and say it. They say what they gotta do, but then they don't do it. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
voter
like,
apathy.
like
right.
we have a lot of politicians in office right now, all the way up to the White House, said they were gonna do it and they haven't done it. Let me just put it in the comments that you have from the audience. Um, we have a comment that says, I'm so surprised that I'm surprised you are the first African American running in Memphis. And then uh, Miss Kai said, "What I love about you, Carlita Atwater, you mention God many times. That's a blessing. So you
Mhm.
know how it is to help people in need." That
Thank
is,
you.
thank you, all.
Thank
Those are
you.
nice comments. Very.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was very nice comments.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, when we're talking about crime, and that's one thing I have taken upon myself. Many politicians tell you what they're going to do. I'm prepared from a public health educator, public health administrator, community health educator. I'm prepared. I already have a 450-page a comprehensive crime prevention plan. Not
That's
in the state of
awesome.
Tennessee have we ever had a comprehensive crime plan. Now,
Okay.
uh, Governor Haslam, he put a plan together. It was 27 pages, and that plan only entailed police officers, sheriff, DAs, and some legislatures.
Well, I did meet him in person.
Yes,
My friend and I, because at that time we were working for the state. My coworker and I, we drove. I think he came. He came here, but I'm trying to think. I forgot where it was, but it was a long ways. Because we met each other there, and because she lives like in Cordova, and I live like in Midtown. But anyway, we went to the his reception that they had here. He did have his one of his. I think he had several, but at least he did have one here in Memphis and Shelby County for the constituents, and citizens. And so we got to meet him, and I got to shake his hand. But like you said, uh, enough people have not had a chance to meet our governors, and I think and if you can't come to see the people and let the people have a chance to mingle with you. I mean, hey, you got security, you got Secret Service, you got everything, but you got to give the people a chance to even see you and hear you speak, even if they don't get a chance to shake your hand, you know. And it's only time that our governor comes is on the news, and it's only around a few distinguished people, and nobody else has access.
If I become governor, now that may be where I get in trouble, but because I'm going to be like Harriet Tubman, I'm going to slip away. And so
slip away.
I'll slip away on them because some people that I need to.
That was one. That was look. I think that came out of one of the blues songs. Now, Carlita.
Amen.
I remember that one.
Exactly. So what I want to do with crime, because when you on the campaign trail and they have what I call pseudo debates, you cannot get out what you need to talk about completely in a 90-second soundbite. And I think sometimes that is staged. So you won't up-coup people. So they never allowed me to talk about my comprehensive crime prevention bill, which that bill, again, is holistic, because when you talk about the crime, you have to also integrate, like he was talking about, you have to integrate not only the crime itself, but you have to address mental illness. You have to address trauma intervention, drug
poverty,
poverty, economic disparities. You have to address behavior modification, anger management, then housing disparities, home money management. Because see, a lot of these cats on the street, they have money. They just waste their money. Okay. And they don't have no 9-to-5 job. Okay. So and then we have to do one of the things that I talk about that most people don't want me to talk about, and I'm surprised I haven't got my food self-kill on this, but I'm covered with the blood of Jesus. Now, I talk about the first thing on my agenda, my political platform, is political and judicial corruption. And if I become governor, I am going to launch a forensic investigation, what I call a task force investigation, a third party, because you have to bring people in outside of Tennessee.
Right. I know that's right.
Buddy system. Okay.
Yes.
I can give you an example. You have good police officers on the police force, and they can see bad things going, like police brutality. If they speak up, then they will get backlash. I hear it all the time. And it would never be put into their record that this happened. So what I'm trying to do,
the code of blue.
Exactly. Not only the code of blue for police officers, but you have it in the judicial system. Now, I'm the same person that filed a $20 billion lawsuit against the city of Memphis, Shelby County, the state of Tennessee, and Governor Lee. And lo and behold, I'm running against Governor Lee as the governor, because that's what really convinced me to run. Because I said that you can't be on the sideline complaining. I'm going to put some action behind my word, and I'm going to go and try to take the keys out of his hand and take our capital back. Because enough is enough. And so he done one of the things that, see, I study people. I don't want to be an ineffective politician that's just talking. When I got into this race, I researched almost 20 crime prevention plans from New York to Tennessee, to Texas, to Philadelphia. I researched Wisconsin, Mississippi. So I researched 20 of them, and it was only 3 that had the population that we have and the crime that we suffer from. So this thing going to take a governor that have a different type of cultural lenses.
Yes.
And they have to see it. And anything that we address as a governor, we must address systemic racism. If you don't have the boldness to address that, we're never going to change in the state of Tennessee.
Well, that's the whole problem with the whole country.
Exactly. If you do not address systemic racism and come to the table and have a real talk about what we're going through and I give Memphis as an example. That's why I filed that $20 billion lawsuit against them. I called the lawsuit, we charge genocide. Now, I sued them because they given tax incentives, trillions of dollars of tax incentives to downtown Memphis, uptown, crosstown, midtown, and Broad and Popular Corridor. And I don't have no problem with them giving money to affluent neighborhood. But what I have the problem with is you giving money to upscale neighborhoods or middle-class neighborhoods, and you letting the people living in underserved and marginalized community, you letting them live in communities look like third world countries or war zones.
That's true.
And not only you have to pay attention in Memphis, they're taking poor people property through tax lien sales, but they give tax incentive to large corporations.
That is so
what
true.
I mean by that. See, I'm not speaking something that's not true. You can pull the record and see that Electrolux received millions of dollars from the city of Memphis.
I remember them coming in. And aren't they closed down now?
They left on $50 million.
They left. That's right. They left the city. See, I know. I remember that.
Yeah. Pinnacle Airlines received tax incentives and pilot in lieu of taxes. They received millions of dollars and they left. Then Service Master.
I remember them too.
Millions of dollars.
They left.
Relocated downtown and they left with taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
But yet they're not giving any tax incentive to the citizens. That's why I'm running for the governor of the state of Tennessee, because
that's
I know what they're
taxation
doing.
without representation in a lot of arenas.
Exactly. I'm going to call them on the carpet. I'm going to speak truth to power. And that's why they tried to shut me down. That's why Commercial Appeal never did no article on me. Channel 3, Channel 5, 24, and 30. Because they know I'm speaking.
No, because you're not talking what they want to hear.
Exactly. And I'm not going to go along and get along because I was free. And I'm not going to do that. And not too many people going to invite me on their program because they know I'm going to speak the truth, the whole truth. So help me God.
All right.
Well, I'm the truth. I always stand for the truth because I ain't going to fall for no lie.
But this is what's going to happen in Memphis. I have a feeling that the people going to fall for the okie dokie again because they don't want to do their research. And they go into the voting booth, voting on name recognition. And some of these people who have been in office now they're trying to extend their terms to 3 terms. If you had 4 years or 8 years and you have not served the people well, you need to go home.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's about we the people, not we the politicians.
Right.
I know, right.
That's why you have politicians, and I have to say this. As an first African American woman to run for the governor of the state of Tennessee, no Black female that's in politics supported me at all.
Wow.
Not even asked me to talk to them to see what my political agenda or political platform was. I have went into the room with them and they have not given me eye contact. Matter of fact, they have shunned me, not have disrespect me.
And they call themselves Christian, huh?
Right. Oh yes, but see, again, when God order your step, all is well in your soul. I didn't get in here for someone to validate me.
Right.
I'm already validated.
You have God's validation. That's what I tell everybody. I don't need your validation. Exactly. I've already been validated when I was washed in the blood of the Lamb.
See, what they don't understand, it's not even
I don't
about
need
me.
to understand. Someone can tell
Right.
you something. I'm outspoken, aren't I?
Right.
I
What they
don't care.
understand is that
If I have to go all the way to the top, I'll be talking the same way I'm talking now.
exactly.
But you know,
Can't mess around with the pearl.
but with a little bit more professionalism. All
Right.
right. But I'm still gonna stand for what I say, and I mean what I
Well, now
say,
I'll
what I say, what
confess
I
now.
mean.
I'm professional, but I got a little bit of hood in me too now.
That
Right.
we can get down when we have to.
Exactly.
I,
Because sometimes you have to speak the language people understand.
That's
Right.
right. That's what I tell people. I tell people all the time. Let me tell you something about me. I have drank wine with tramps and I have dined with kings. So that means that I can speak any language. I can speak because of their personality, not because of their
Exactly.
culture, but because of their personality. You
Right.
know, and sometimes because I don't like labels, I really don't care nothing about labels
Right.
because we can't do nothing with those labels. Those labels don't mean anything to God. But the person, he said, love you one another. That's who I speak to. So that's why I use that line that I've drank wine with tramps and I have dined with kings because I've been around all kinds of people. So that way, if you have that attitude, if everybody have the attitude, you know what would happen, Dr. Atwater?
Mhm.
Do you know what would happen?
What would happen?
There would be no more racism or discrimination.
Yeah, now, Miss Emily, I used to believe that, but I think that until people mindset change, we're gonna always have discrimination because we're going backwards in race relations now.
Oh yeah,
Starting with
that's
our
true.
governor.
Oh, I
Okay.
know it's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it won't end in this world's earth time.
I
It will
hope.
not. It will not because even the scripture says that the poor will always be among you. So if the poor is going to always be among you, that means everything else is going to be among you.
Right.
Always is that key word. But if you notice, I use a strong if everybody thought that way. But everybody won't. They won't even try. You
Yeah.
got some people that just grew up that way, and that's the way their mind is set.
And it's
They
so
not change.
sad
I
because
tell everybody that discrimination,
Mhm.
hatred, racism, it is not a learned behavior. I mean, you weren't born with it. It is a learned behavior. It is not a natural behavior. It is a learned behavior. They learn it from being taught.
I
and
agree.
people still today teaching it. I look at Governor Lee, and you have what you call the Tennessee Assistance for Needy Family. Now, this man, he held back that $739 million from needy families during a pandemic. And now he's trying to play political games. He decided to release it 2 months ago.
To
These people,
who?
to
Yeah, the who?
organizations, his
Tim,
cronies.
Tim, you didn't get any, did you?
Yeah,
Nah, I
he's
didn't
not
get
gonna give
none
it
of
to
that.
the people. He gave it to 10 organizations, probably his cronies.
Yeah.
And let's go back to Timothy when you was talking about the prison system.
Yeah.
See, they're never going to change how things are done in the prison system because it's a $1 trillion business.
Yes, yes.
So what
Absolutely.
they want their revolving door because they make
Yeah.
money for everybody
That's
coming
true.
in.
You
Yeah,
right
it is.
about that.
They
As
are privately owned. You're right.
right. As a gubernatorial candidate, what I have planned to do is that now some of the hardcore criminals
Yeah.
that you probably wouldn't even touch them with rehabilitation. But
Right.
I think that the nonviolent people, if you would give them workforce development, skills training, behavior modification, anger management, drug counseling, money management, and build them up so that
Yes.
when they can go out in the real world again, they can sustain themselves. Because
Right.
like
And
you said, Junebug don't care anything about no McDonald's job if he can make $1,000 or $5,000 a day.
right.
So that's what's missing in our criminal system. You know, I look and nothing against this young man, the guy who, well, he got the organization fund, and they put the signs in your yard, stop the violence.
Yeah, yeah.
And Mr. Moore, I met him and love him dearly, but putting signs in people's yards is not going to stop crime.
Right.
We need to put money into these poverty-stricken communities with jobs that people can survive off of.
Right.
Raise the living wages from $7.50 to $22 and give them benefits. Then only then will you change what goes on in our community. But
and you know what? By you speaking on that, I had a conversation with a gentleman that did time in federal prison. Right. He was a drug dealer as well as a gangbanger prior to going in. When he went in, when he got out, one of the things that he said to me is that I would take any honest job anywhere, even at McDonald's, because it gives them a self of your dignity back. You're able to walk upright and hold your head upright. You know what I mean? A lot of the guys just doing what they're doing, they don't really want to do that. And I'm not talking about all of them, but they have to eat, they have to clothe their families. You know what I mean? So it's just so much that needs to be done. But a man, with an honest man, a real man, would want to take a job so he can get his dignity back, stand tall, shoulders back, and be respected the right way.
Yeah, and I understand that. But what happened is most of the guys that come out and get, because I help people get those type jobs.
Okay.
But they find that when they get those type jobs, they have to get 2 or 3 of those type jobs to make
right.
When you have a utility bill of $600,
right,
you're only bringing home $200 and something.
Yeah.
So even though they have the right intent,
yeah,
they have to go back sometime and do other things to make ends
meet.
Yeah.
Because the average family cannot thrive off of a minimum wage job. So I challenge that we should, that's what they're trying to do now. The governor and the legislatures, they're trying to go to our Tennessee Constitution and put into that Constitution the law, the right to work. They want to put that in our Constitution. So you'll never be able to raise the living wage up. Who does the right to work benefit? Rich people.
Right.
Company owners. What I proclaim is that
what exactly would that mean, right to work?
The right to work, that's been on the books in the state of Tennessee for a long time, that right to work, right to fire. So if they hire you, then that means that they can fire you.
Oh, and, yeah, that's what they call at will.
Right. And they can also keep the wages down low with that right to work.
True. Yeah, because if you agree to take whatever they offer you when you come on, you at will to quit because there's not enough money, but they are also at will not to pay you more.
Right.
And
they are at will to fire you if they want to for no reason at all. They don't have to have a reason. And you're at will to quit at all anytime, and you don't have to have a reason. That's what that at will law is. So that's what you're talking about, right?
Yes, but this is the thing with that, and I call it like I see it, because I'm a historian. That right to work is almost like a sharecropper system.
It is. It is.
Exactly like that.
And it's almost like modern day slavery.
Oh yeah.
You keep a job to oppress people. Because you'll be surprised in those jobs how the supervisor and the managers talk to these people and treat them with lack of respect and a lack of dignity.
I already know.
So, and then they don't want them to get join no union. So we have some problems in the state of Tennessee.
There's a whole lot of problems. But you know, the thing about it is, I know you're talking about the state of Tennessee, but our state is not alone. This is just nationwide, but I see what you're saying. It's got to start somewhere, and you're ready to start it. Let me give you one more comment, and then We're gonna let Sybil say something because she had had a chance to say anything, and then we gotta wrap up. Um, Miss Seal say, "Yes, I love how compassionate you are for the people." So I wanted to get her comment in. I
Thank
have
you.
to tell you
Thank
about the comments since they're not in the comment studio comment box.
All
But
right.
Sybil, did you have a specific question that you wanted to ask our guests tonight? Because you've been so patient, and I
Well,
just been waiting.
I'm a good listener, and
Well,
I think
you
you.
know what? I'm like that too. I try to be a good follower. They always say if you're a good listener, you can be a good follower. So I try to, but I was just born a chatty Cathy. Go ahead.
Well, Dr. Carnita, I want to thank you for being on our show, and you look beautiful in that color blue. That's your color.
Democratic blue.
It looks very pretty on you.
Thank
And
you.
how can people get in touch with you if they want to volunteer for your campaign?
Well, actually, it's a little too late, but they can always call me at 901-502-2326. And also, I have a Facebook page. I have a
Okay.
personal
I'm gonna
Facebook
put your
page.
Facebook page in here, not your phone number.
Okay.
Yeah.
People call me all the time because remember, I deal with homeless people and domestic violence. So I get calls 2 or 3 o'clock in the
How in the
morning.
world do you get rest?
Uh, 1 hour sleep and I jump up and get to moving.
All
So
Bless
it's
right.
okay.
your heart.
Yes, okay.
But
But
you suited for the governor's job then. If you got
boots on
them
the
in prison,
ground.
I'm
Boots on the
telling
ground.
you.
But I do have a political page. It's Carlita Atwater, candidate for governor. They
Okay.
can go there. I'm getting ready to roll out my web page. It's a little bit late, but I did it for a reason because the other candidates were stealing my ideas.
Oh my
No.
Yeah.
goodness.
So everybody needs to think for themselves. So I didn't roll that page out, but it'll be coming out this week. And
Okay.
I would like for people to consider voting for me. I am the people's governor. I have a proven record of what I can do for the people. I didn't decide to start working and volunteering with the people as I run for the governor. I've been doing it for 25 years.
All
So I
right.
want to place people back into politics. So when you go to that poll, vote Atwater for governor, and I'll appreciate it.
Okay, that's what I'm looking like. Okay. It's at on your Facebook page is at Water for Governor.
Yes, if you put in Carnita Atwater, you'll see my personal page and my uh, political page. It's Atwater,
But the political page is at Water for Governor.
Carnita Atwater, candidate for governor.
But
Carnita Atwater.
is that long?
Is what actually I think if you put in Atwater #4 governor, I think it'll come up that way too.
Okay. Okay, yeah, because the shorter it is, the easier people can remember. That's why I want to put it in. At Water for
Number
Governor.
4 governor.
That's your Facebook. Yep.
Yes,
NOR. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the screen and you tell me if it's right. If it's not, I can
it's probably wrong. Yeah,
was it the number 4? I just
the
it was
#4, but yeah, I think that's it. I'm not for sure. I just
let me go check right quick.
yeah,
I
just
can
put
do
in the
that.
search box. Mhm. But
Yeah, and
thank
then I'll
you.
make sure I get it right.
Yeah, I certainly appreciate it. This is my second interview as far as live studios. So
All
I
Oh,
right.
we feel honored. Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
Dr. Carnita, the shows are archived, so you can just share it from now on.
okay, thank you.
Yes, you can use that.
Mm-hmm.
Use the show. The footage, the actual footage is footage within the studio, but I will just send you the link to the show
Okay.
in both your email. After the show ends, because it's a different link from where you're coming to the studio. It's also a different link from where no, that's all. It's a different link from coming into the studio, and there's a different link. I was right. When I post the show on the Facebook page announcing it, that's a different link.
Okay.
When I invite y'all to the studio, that's a different link. But after the show ends, that it has its own unique link that takes them right to the live show.
Okay.
And that's what I will send you. So let me see. I'm trying to I type in that. Your friend page keep coming up. You're my friend. I was looking for you. Oh, you got it on here. It's a capital C. Let me change that. It's a
Yeah,
capital
I thought there
C.
was a letter C in there somewhere.
Is that my political page or my personal page?
Yeah, you put in here your link. Oh, you had a video. Yeah, it's Carlita Atwater, candidate for governor 2022.
That's it.
Okay, hold
Right.
on just a minute. And you got it separated. Okay, all right. NITATR.
Yeah, I was so excited about coming on tonight.
And then
Well,
you know
thank
what?
you.
My
Glad to have
computer,
you.
um, my computer felt your excitement too because it went to acting so crazy. You know, your energy came all the way through here over to my house. Let's see here.
That's that Harriet Tubman, and Ida B. Wells, and Sojourner Truth, and Shirley Chisholm.
Yeah,
It is.
candidate for
Right.
governor. I'm trying to get it right.
Oh, I also released my three of my videos, my
Yeah,
campaign videos.
I see your link in
Okay.
here now. That's what
Okay.
I'm looking at.
Oh, your
Check 'em
video? Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
How do
check
people
it out.
see it?
It's so
I put
pretty.
it on my page, but
Mhm.
Okay.
I do a
And she said,
Facebook Live.
let's make history at Water for Government." And you look so pretty in that hat.
Thank
I
you.
bet you got a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
church.
I saw that picture. It's beautiful.
I bet
I
you got a
have a
lot of
hat
church
room.
hats like me.
Yeah,
I
I
used
have
to
a
have
hat room
church
with
hats.
over 2,500 hats.
Oh my
Oh, okay.
goodness, that's a lot of hats.
Yes, a lot of hats.
And
I like
actually,
hats too. I wear hats.
yeah, actually, I stopped wearing hats when I started running for governor because most people identified me with the hat, and that's a safety issue. So I took that hat
Oh,
off.
okay, okay.
I got to. Well, all right then. That's so cute. This is say, imagine Governor Bill Lee giving me this prestigious award. I like that for serving the citizens. All right. Well, you know what? They say be careful what you wish for.
Exactly.
So it can happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what she was talking about is that Governor Lee, during the pandemic, because I feed people all over the state of Tennessee, he gave
Mhm.
me this prestigious award saying
Mm.
that I was a servant leader and how dedicated, outstanding citizen. I wonder what he would say today.
All right.
He didn't want it back. Let me hush my mouth. All right, Tim, your last words. We're gonna get out of here. So
Oh, yeah, it's been a while, Dr. Atwater. Thanks for all the good information.
Thank
Uh,
you.
you definitely got my vote. I
Thank
will be
you.
backing you. You have my vote. And feel free to
yeah,
drop
yeah,
in
yeah,
anytime.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
All
you.
right,
you're welcome.
some of your last words.
Well, I just think you got such a great personality, and I like the things that you stand for. And thanks for giving God a commercial. And so when He does order your footsteps, you can't help but to win.
Thank
All
you.
right.
All right.
And I'm gonna say I do early voting all the time. So I didn't go this Saturday, so I'm gonna go this Saturday. So Tim, I guess you'll be going with me. We'll go together. And this is the primary, so I'm gonna have to vote Democratic ticket in the primary so I can vote for you and a couple other people that I want to vote for. But then from there, I can see if you guys make it to the general. But if you don't, then I'll have to pick another candidate. But I like what you said. You said whoever don't win, you're gonna if you didn't win, you're gonna stick with you'll back the person
And
that
that's a great attitude.
it is. That means that she can be a great leader because she's a good follower. That's right. And so, to our special guest, we want to thank you so much, and we're gonna let you have the last word.
It's, indeed, it's been a pleasure. I think that if I'm elected, I think I would make a wonderful governor because I'm going to put the people first. I've been doing that all my life. I
Mm-hmm.
only ran because I want to put people back into politics. We need to
Mm-hmm.
take back our democracy so that the people can reap the benefits of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So,
Yes.
therefore, uh, again, if I do not win, I'm going to support whatever candidate that does win.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to, one thing I know for sure, we need to get Bill Lee out of there. That's for sure. Now, I do have Republican crossing over to vote for me, socialist and independent
Awesome.
also too.
I'm going to
Well,
vote for you too.
Thank you.
yeah.
So this is not about per se for me a political
It's
affiliation.
about
This is
survival at
on
this point.
survival and human rights, giving people their human rights back,
Mm-hmm.
and they democracy back. So again, thank you for the invite, and it's been a joy
You
being
are
on the
so
show.
welcome.
And consider me as the Democratic vote when you go. If I have said something that warmed your heart, I touched your spirit,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, it's not about what a politician say. One vote, one voice. And when you go into that ballot, vote your heart. And if you
That's
vote
true.
your
That's
heart and
good.
vote your conscience, then you'd have did the right thing.
Outstanding.
That's true. We have a
Great
late
words. Uh
one
huh.
of our top fans just joined our show late, and she says hello, Doctor
Oh,
Atwater. So yeah, people will just replay the show. Like they're busy, getting home from work, cooking, getting the kids settled in, or and they're working from home. But on weekends they catch up, and we get a lot of replays.
Yeah. And
And
we always have fun on the 901.
that's our
exactly.
And
closing word.
and
That's
before we leave, I just want to say congratulations on behalf of me and Tim and Elaine Elizabeth Presley, myself, and all the members of the official You're an Elvis fan club. Because Friday, July the 22nd, Theater of Memphis is honoring Priscilla Presley. It's called The Artist, the Woman at 7 p.m. It's going to be a black tie gala event featuring music, dinner, dignitaries, surprise guests, and a lot more. So they're honoring her with a 40th anniversary of Priscilla's opening at Graceland, the mansions and grounds of Elvis' home. So we are
so
very
so it
proud of
costs a lot of
Priscilla.
money to get in there too, huh? How much is
And
it? How much
yes,
is it?
for the gala,
Or
it's just
whatever
three
it
hundred.
is you're talking about? How much is
It's
it?
$300 a
Ah,
person.
ah, ah, ah.
And guess what? They're sold out.
Are you going?
Next time, I didn't get a private private invitation,
That
but
symbol will crack you up. I do.
That's okay, Miss Sybil. We can go on the outside, stay outside the building, do us a little peep show.
yeah, we sure can. There's no law against standing outside of the building and act like you're going in.
That was so funny. She said, next time.
I got to sell a lot of books.
Yeah, you did.
Well, that's okay. If I win the governor of the state of Tennessee, you and Miss Emily and Timothy, you all will be my VIP guests.
Oh, I
All
love
Well,
right.
that.
thank you. Thank you. I
I love
appreciate it.
that.
I'll
I,
hold you to that.
I
Oh,
love to
definitely.
hear Emily laugh. She's got the greatest laugh.
I like to hear you giggle. You got the greatest giggle,
Ah, I got a silly high pitched giggle.
which is so cute. It reminds me of the Roaring Twenties, the way the ladies giggle in the movies.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I got a little girl giggle.
You sure do.
Then I
And
get so
she rarely uses it.
and
At work.
you don't see me crack up too much, and I laugh so hard I cry.
She
And,
does.
and then when I try to tell a funny story, I'm like Red Skeleton. I can't get it
You
out without
tickle at
giggling.
yourself. Yeah, yeah.
I get tickled at my own self.
Well, since you said a funny story, this is the first for the 901 because normally we always have fun on 901. So tonight, since we said funny story, I'm gonna tell y'all a really quick funny joke. So there was this wife and husband, been married for years. So the husband is a drinker. So he comes home one night, stumbling through the door, wobbling around, and she gets up out the bed, and it's him coming in. She goes downstairs and she says, "Are you drunk again?" And he says, "Yes, I am. Thank you very much."
Elvis always said, "Thank you very much."
All right, all right.
Oh well, this is comedy now, I guess. But
Now that was to keep up.
we have fun on the 901.
That was to keep up from arguing and fussing. He, like she normally do.
I know.
Yeah.
She wasn't expecting that.
I know, that's
She
hilarious.
really go out on him. But he was so polite and so nice, she couldn't say nothing.
Oh, isn't that something?
Yeah, he said,
Laughter's good for
"Yes,
you.
I am.
It
Thank
is.
you very much."
Oh, that's fun. We're gonna have to have a tell funny stories night.
Yeah, that would be great. All right, then again, Dr. Atwater, we will see you on the Capitol. And don't
Thank
forget,
you.
we're going to hold you to that VIP
Oh,
invitation.
definitely.
That's
Definitely.
All right, darling.
Thank
Um,
you.
I thank you, audience, for staying with us. Thank you all for the comments. And they are still coming in because we usually are gone by now, but they see that we're still live, so they're still coming in, Dr. Atwater. So you will probably get see some more comments as they do that replays. And
Okay, thank you.
you might see some questions in there because sometimes they can still put comments in on when they replay it and
Okay.
add comments and ask questions. So I will send you that link in the morning. Would that be okay?
That'll be fine. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try to get ready for bed tonight. All right then. Listen, my co-host of the Moses and my co-host, my heartbeat, and he is the heartbeat of the South. That's my son, Dr. Atwater Timothy, right here.
Oh, really?
I'm the show with mom and family business now. And of course, Sybil is my best friend. She's like my sister by my other mother. And so we've been friends for about 9 or 10 years. And so we're just one big happy family. And we are so happy that we met you. Now we have a new friend.
Thank you.
yes, we
You know,
do.
I'm kind of a comedian myself. When I first came on, I didn't know your personality. I thought you all laughed. I speak 5 different languages, so I was gonna come on, start saying muy bien, gracias. And you're like,
And
what
this
in
is
the world?
but
And I
God
was gonna
bless your heart.
Yeah, I was gonna speak Spanish to you the whole time, but I said I better not do that.
All right, all right.
I would have been able to pull out some words here or there.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I know a couple words. Que Dios te bendiga.
what's that?
May God bless you.
Oh, that's a good
Okay.
one, Sybil. Well, I forgot now my Spanish. I've taken 3 years of Spanish in college, well, in high school. Let's see. Yeah, outside I took 1 year. High school I took 1 year. College I took 3 years, and then in college I took 3 semesters of German. I've forgotten all of it. But I can remember the junior high school when Latin was required. We had to learn Latin, and I loved Latin. It was so easy for me, and my other classmates just couldn't get it. you know.
Exactly.
And German is an easy language to speak too. A lot of people just can't get that. But for me, it was so easy. I got A's and B's in my German and A's and B's in my Spanish, but I can still recognize some words. I can say some words. So, like, ich sprechen Deutsch, that's German, and like, habla español, your name,
Yeah, do you speak
me llama,
Spanish?
me llama es Emilia. My name is Emily. You know,
And
just
then I know, what is it? Buenas noches, good night.
oh yeah, that's true. Buenas noches.
So we're
So
saying good night.
that's Sybil's cue. She ready to go. All right, then, you guys. Look, we love y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you,
Thanks
Dr. Carnita. Thank you
Thanks
so
a
much.
lot. Bless you all.
Yes. Everybody, bye. Say goodbye.
It's the 901
Wait.
show. 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot night. The 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. The 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot night. The 901 show. Hot night. The 901 show. Hot night. It's the 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot night. The 901 show. It's the 901 show. It's the 901 show.